Recording started. All right. Welcome everyone, and thank you for jumping on the call tonight. It is Monday at 7:30. The Patriots just won. They're going to the Super Bowl, so I'm repping my gear tonight. Very proud Bostonian fan right now. I just want to say thank you. Some of you that are on the call tonight might be associates already with Isagenix. You might already know about this, and somebody asked you to get on this call because they want to show you a little bit more about this opportunity, want to paint a bigger vision for you. Some of you that are getting on this call tonight might have heard some stuff about Isagenix, have been thinking about it, and are interested in getting a little bit more information. And majority of the people listening to this call are probably a first-time look. You really were just asked by a friend or family member to take a look at this information. You might not know 100% what it is, or maybe nothing at all. And that's okay, because this is going to be a really fun call tonight. I get really excited. I do these every single Monday night for the START community, which is 18 to 35-year-olds, and I'm going to go into what START is. But it's a really exciting call, because if you're on this call, somebody has thought of you for wanting something more from life. Somebody looked at you and knew that you had the drive, knew that you had the hope, the opportunity, the possibility for more in your life on many different levels, whether it be physically, financially, personally. Somebody knew that you were a go-getter and wanted to share an opportunity with you. So first and foremost, I always love to start with extreme gratitude, because I know I am so grateful to the person that first showed this opportunity to me. So just make sure that you start off knowing that somebody out there is really caring about you. With that being said, I'm going to get started. And the way that I like to start all calls is to ask you a simple question. Are you living your ideal life? Now, I know this is a type of question that the first time you hear it, or if you've ever heard it before, or if this is brand new to you, you're like, this girl's insane. Why the heck is she asking me that? But it's really easy to just brush over. When you're hearing a presentation, you might be doing something else in the background, or you're just listening to it on your car ride home. It's really easy to just be like, okay, what's the next point? But I really am going to take a second, and I want to stop. And I want you to ask yourself, are you living right now your ideal life? Are you living in a body that allows you to live your ideal life? Are you confident every morning when you wake up? Do you love putting on clothing? Do you have a healthy body that doesn't hindering you from doing anything? Are your finances in a place where you can do what you want to do? Are you able to do what you feel you were put on this planet to do, and do you know what that really is, or do you feel like you're lacking purpose? If you could dream up your ideal life with your ideal body, because realistically, in order to have our ideal life, we need a body that's working and capable. Is it the life that you're living right now? I remember when this question was first asked to me just a couple years ago, and I was a junior in college, and I was not living my ideal life. So what if you could think different? So for the next 25 to 30 minutes that we're on this call, what I'm going to ask of you guys is, what if you could refrain all objections that are going to go on in your head, because we all have them when we first were offered this opportunity, or the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time, or if you're like my mom in her case scenario for 10 years. What if you could refrain the objections and just think differently? Because what I have to ask you guys is not what if you could think differently, but what if you don't think differently? Because this call, and we're going to get into what the START movement is for 18 to 35-year-olds. So we're at a point in our life where we are creating the life of our dreams. We're really at the beginning building blocks, and we're starting to create what we want for a lifestyle. And what we know for a fact of what the average person is doing. I remember I was on a path, you go to school, you get good grades, you get into college, you get some internships, you graduate, you get a job, right? And that path that we're on, we know for a fact that we are the first generation in the history of the world to have a shorter life expectancy than the generation before us. that with all the science and technology and all the what we know, we are actually shortening our life expectancy 100% of what we're doing to our environment and what we're putting into our bodies. We know that the average person in the US and in most of the other countries are overweight. We know that obesity is on a rise. We know that type 2 diabetes is on a rise. We know that cancer has become ridiculously common. We know that gut issues, autoimmune issues are more common than anything. We know that stress, anxiety, and depression is higher in our generation than in any other generation in the history of the world. And the worst of all, we also know that fulfillment has plummeted in our generation. That we know that our generation knows how to be successful, but we don't know how to feel fulfilled. We know that our generation is leading on down a path. We know that the average divorce could be saved by an extra $200 to $500 a month. So we know all of these things. So what I really want to ask you guys tonight is not what if you could think different for the next 25 years, but what if we don't think different? Because we're setting ourselves up on the same path. And not to say that people are not wildly happy and successful and fulfilled, because that absolutely does happen. But we know what the average people are feeling, our lack of fulfillment, lack of energy, lack of physical well-being, lack of excitement in their life, financial strain. So what if we don't think different? Is our life going to be going down the same path? So what is the Start Your Life movement? Our vision, the Start Your Life vision, is to ignite all young people to own their lives, both physically and financially, and through our contributions, create freedom and a lasting legacy. I love, love, love that mission statement. To own their lives, both physically and financially, and through our contributions, create freedom and a lasting legacy. So with that being said, I'm going to formally introduce myself. My name is Chelsea Miller, and for those of you who don't know me, I am 23 years old. I'm a recent Babson College graduate, class of 2015. I'm a professional, full-time network marketer. I was fortunate for the past 2 years to be a top 10 income earner under the age of 25. I'm a world traveler and a self-proclaimed lover of all humans. And I would love to share with you guys my story, if that's okay with you. So when I was first introduced to Isagenix, which is what we're going to be talking about tonight, I was 18 years old, and I had just finished my freshman year of college. And I had come home and I had put on the freshman 15, and I really was uncomfortable in my skin. I didn't feel comfortable taking pictures. I felt lack of self-esteem. My gut issues were a big problem for me. I had struggled with them all throughout high school. They had gotten worse in college. And so I knew that I had to make a shift, and I was really overwhelmed with what was on the market. And because of this overwhelm, I really didn't know what to do in order to get the results I wanted. And then I looked to my mom, who had been using the Isagenix system for about 2 to 3 months at that point, and she was looking better than ever and had more energy than I did at 18 years old. So I knew that I had to take a look at it. I was hesitant at first, because who isn't hesitant to their mom telling them to do something at 18, because I thought I knew everything. So I'll just put that out there. I was definitely skeptical, but I decided that I might as well give it a shot. So I put the products in my body, and the rest is really history. I was able to release the weight with complete ease. But most importantly, what I didn't know was how good my body was supposed to feel. I didn't understand that at 18 years old, I should have boundless amount of energy, that I should have been sleeping through the night with ease, that I should be tired around 2 or 3 p.m., that I shouldn't feel like I have a fog over my brain, that my immune system shouldn't be shot and I shouldn't be getting sick all the time. I didn't understand any of that, because although I was always healthy and ate well, my nutrition was always lacking. And we're going to get into that a little bit tonight. So this dramatic transformation happened for me. And of course, I kept using the system for the rest of my college career. But what really shifted my life dramatically, because these products have become a huge part of my life, but what really shifted my life dramatically was when I was introduced to the Start Your Life movement. in the financial opportunity of Isagenix. See, at the time I was graduating, I was coming up on going into my senior year of college. I was going to be graduating in the top 10% of my class. And those of you who don't know what Babson College is, it's the #1 school in the entire world for entrepreneurship. So it is a very difficult school, but one that when you come out of, you have a lot of options if you did well. I had internships at Fortune 500 companies. I had internships every single summer. I had many leadership positions. I was your typical overachiever. So I literally had run myself ragged, but what I found was that I had absolutely no fulfillment in anything that I was doing. Although my resume was packed and looked amazing, and I knew I could get a top job with a very high competitive income coming out of college, I was not excited about any of that opportunity. And I had just spent 2 months living in New York City at a job I absolutely hated, because I knew that I was building the future of my employer instead of my own future. And I looked at my boss and my boss's boss and my boss's boss, and not one person had the life that I wanted. They all only were getting 2 weeks to 3 weeks paid vacation. They were taking their laptops home with them at night. They were unable to travel. They were unable to spend time with their families. They were stressed out. They were competing within the company and with outside the company. They were just, most of them were just miserable, to be completely honest. And I was at a very amazing company in a field that I thought I was going to love, fashion. And what I realized is that why would I start at the bottom and work my way up for something that I didn't even want in the long term? And that's when I was introduced to the Start Your Life movement. And what I saw was 20 and 30 somethings who had decided to take complete control of their financial future and of their lifestyle, were able to create an income, building a business that was there to actually help others, and was able to do that from anywhere in the world with absolutely no top on the income that they could make, and that it was going to be directly proportionate to how hard they worked. Now, this was something that I could get really excited about, guys, because it was a lifestyle that I really looked to and said, I want that, and I can work for that. I was a hard worker. I was an overachiever, right? But why would I overachieve at something I really didn't want that most of us are doing? Because a lot of us are told in college, get a job, get a job, get a job, get a job, get a job. And no one ever says, figure out what your ideal life is and then make a career that fits that. Figure out what you want to have in your life. And so this entire lack of fulfillment is coming from this overachieving, but never really figuring out if it matched. So that was my story. I went into my senior year and I decided to start building this business. I built it part-time, obviously, while I was at school because I was a full-time student. I had an amazing time at school still, and I built it in the pockets of my life. And I was able to develop enough of an income to be able to do it when I got home, move home, and still do it full-time. And over the past year and a half, I was able to create an enormous network marketing business that pays me extremely well. I'm able to live in Boston and continue to grow my business where I can work from anywhere in the world and make my own schedule every single day. I like to say I live full-time and I work part-time, building my legacy. So with that being said, I'm going to get into a little bit more now that you know my story. So for those of you that are on Zoom, I think most of you are on Zoom, but if you're using the phone, I have a couple pictures here. It's just pictures of the lifestyle that I desperately wanted to create. This one's of me visiting friends in California working, and the other one's on Newberry Street with my now roommate working at a coffee shop. This was the lifestyle that really got me excited. So what I have to ask you is, what is your normal? And does it allow you to live your ideal life? Like we talked about in the beginning. So the Isagenix vision is to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process, create the largest health and wellness company in the world. And I want to reiterate that our vision is to impact world health. Guys, we are not a shake company. We are not a pill company. We are not a cleanse company. We are on a mission to get this planet healthy. We are an innovative product and system that has never been seen before. And our goal is literally to create the largest health and wellness company, because we truly believe that the largest health and wellness company should be something that is healthcare and not sick care. And that means beating out Johnson & Johnson. And the way we're going to do this is free people from financial and physical pain. So let's start with physical, because it all starts with seeing if this product is something that's going to feel right for you, if it's something that you guys want in your life. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your health? And I really want you to think about that, because I remember when I was first getting started, if I was to look back, I would have told you it was probably an 8. I would have been like, oh, I want to lose a couple pounds, but my health is really good. But what I didn't realize is that if I really thought about it, I was just used to feeling like crap. I was used to being tired. I was used to having, headaches for crashing midday. I was used to not sleeping through the night. I was used to having feelings of anxiety inside me. I was used to having gut issues that took me out of the game a lot and was very embarrassing. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your health? And if you could change anything about your health in the next 90 days, what would you change? So again, if you're looking at this call, we're going to go through a couple of before and after pictures from some amazing people that are using our systems. And while I do that, I'm going to share with you a little bit of why Isagenix is here. Isagenix is a solution-based company. We are here because we saw that there was a problem in our world. Our world is nutritionally deficient and overwhelmed with toxins. We live in a world that we're told to exercise more and eat less. And that just isn't the solution, because our food has been nutritionally bankrupt, and the soils that our food is growing on have been ripped of their natural nutrients. And that's leaving us with food with 20 to 30% of the nutrients it's supposed to have. So the less we eat, the less nutrients we're having. So yes, we are filling our bellies, but we are not filling our brains. We are not feeding our organs. We're not feeding our heart. We're not feeding our muscles. What we think about as food is what's going to fill us up, but we forget that our cells are literally built on what we put into our mouth and what we digest. And so we are seeing an epidemic, guys. It is an epidemic of obesity, an epidemic of health crisis coming in, and they want us to exercise more. And don't get me wrong, exercise is a huge part to being in shape, but it is not a huge part to being healthy, just generally cellularly healthy. And that comes from feeding your body the right nutrients. And our world just isn't providing us. Even if you are in a holistic, vegan, raw food diet, the food itself just doesn't have the nutrients it needs. And then our other problem is that we live in an extremely toxic world. Toxins have been around since the beginning of time, right? Because that's why we go to the bathroom. The entire reason we have going to the bathroom processes is because we take in toxins when we eat and when we breathe and when we absorb things on our skin, and we need a way of getting them out of our body. But we live in a world that one day in our world has the same amount of toxicity as a lifetime for our grandparents. And everything we're consuming, everything we're putting on our body, everything from what's sprayed onto our rugs, our cleaning supplies, our hair supplies, our makeup, our moisturizer, our sunscreen, what we drink, what we eat, GMOs, pesticides, herbicides are all flooded with toxins. And our body is basically saying, I don't know how to handle this. And so what it does is our fat cells absorb it to protect all of our important organs, because we don't want to damage our organs with these toxins, but our body is not capable of keeping up with the toxicity. So we're storing this in our fat cells. And that's why you'll see somebody who could handle this really well and might look skinny, but is what we call a skinny fat, which is what I was, where I was a skinny fat, where I was still storing all of this toxicity into my fat cells. Or somebody who will exercise and eat well, but just can't lose the weight because they haven't released the toxins. So Isagenix said, we need to come up with a solution to this. The world is going in the wrong direction, and we need to find a solution to this. So they got together what we call a no compromise policy with our products, and we became innovative. We have a full-time staff of it's actually at over 50 full-time scientists now. This slide is old. Full-time people that are here just to test and invest in making sure we have the best products on the market. And real briefly, I'm going to go over the pillars of health, which are our core 4 products. And then we're going to get a little bit more into the opportunity, the financial opportunity. So the first pillar of health is our meal replacement superfood shake with 24 grams of protein. This shake is the lifeblood of my diet. I'll tell you that right now. I still eat a normal life. It is just a supplement into my life that's going to help make sure that I am nourishing my body. And by nourishing my body with the correct food, I was able to recorrect all of the problems that was going on. We always say the miracle is the body, but you need to put the body in the correct environment for it to work its miracles. So this is our meal replacement. This is our first core pillar. And what this is going to be the highest amount of nutrients condensed into the lowest amount of calories so that you can flood your body. You guys, you feel so full when you drink this because it's so nutrient dense. It has all your live enzymes. It has all of your probiotics, your prebiotics in this shake. Then you have your Cleanse for Life, and this is going to target the toxicity. So by using the Cleanse for Life, this is a 60+ botanical drink filled with herbs and botanicals that are cleansing the body on a cellular level. So this is not a colon cleanse, guys. This is not a kidney cleanse. This is a cellular cleanse, which is literally helping the body. All of these it's an herbal-based drink, is all natural, is pulling toxicity out of your cells and helping you pee them out so that you can do it at a faster rate to just aid the body in what it's already doing. Our third core product is Ionic Supreme. This is going to combat all of the stresses we have in our world. It's going, I mean, I don't know anyone who's not just a little bit stressed out, especially when I was a college student. I was so overstressed. What this does is this has adaptogenic herbs, 170+ adaptogenic herbs and antioxidants and nutrients to flood your body with what it needs to work on a daily basis. It has things like turmeric in it and a bunch of other things that I can never pronounce, but I should probably learn how to pronounce them. Yerba mate and stuff like that. And it's going to flood your body with the nutrients that it needs to combat oxidative stress levels. And it's what a lot of people like to call their happy juice. It's going to elevate your levels of energy or lower them if you're like me and a little ADHD. And our fourth core product is our Ageless Essentials with Product B Isogenesis. Again, this is an old slide. It's no longer called Product B. But these are our vitamins. These vitamins I could literally do an hour seminar on alone because they are the highest, some of the highest quality vitamins you could find on the market. They are so highly concentrated and highly absorbable, which is so important because most vitamins are unable to be absorbed. But what's really key about vitamins is that if you're not getting your minerals, which is what's in our shakes, your vitamins will never activate. And so if you're taking vitamins right now, but you're not getting the minerals, which is missing from our food, your vitamins aren't actually activating. And if you're taking vitamins that can't be absorbed because of the way that they're created, absorption is the key. And then our Isogenesis is literally the first product in the history of the world to actually be proven to assist the telomeres. And the telomeres are what are responsible for aging. So that I'm not going to go into detail about because we only have a little bit of time left. But those are our core products. And so we have the IsoBody challenge. It's a 4-month challenge, and I would urge you guys to get on board with that if this is something you're going to try out. And of course, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you try the products, you don't like them, you send them back. I know a lot of people who start with that mindset and then realize that they're never getting off these products again. So with that being said, you flood your body with this nutrients. You feel the absolute best you've ever felt in your life. You have this amazing energy, this body that you've always dreamed of. You have literally physical freedom, and this is the stepping stone that leads you to the ability to create financial freedom in your life. This is a stepping stone that allows you to create financial abundance for you and your family. Because if you actually fall in love with this system like all of us do, and you know how good it is, and you decide you want to share it with your friends and your family, you can then go on to create an enormous or a small, depending on what you want, financial abundance. So let me ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your financial situation? Most of us would say, it's okay, but I'd like some more, right? Or is it allowing you to travel? Is it if that's what you want, is it allowing you to pay for the things that you need? Maybe your student loan, maybe your car payment, maybe your bills. Are you a little bit stressed? Is it allowing you to give back in the way that you would want to give back, to contribute to the world in the way that you would like to contribute to the world? I know the answer for me was no, even looking at the jobs that I would have been able to get out of school. Even with the great salaries that I could have started out of school, I know that it wouldn't have allowed me to live the life that I really wanted to live. So that's where network marketing comes in. And guys, network marketing is one of the most brilliant business models in the history of the world. And I will be very honest with you. I'm going to just put it out there. It is not multi-level marketing. It is not a pyramid scheme. I'm not going to go into any further depth in that because that's some research that you're going to have to do on your own. But I just want to clarify that. Network marketing is an industry that has done more billions of dollars in sales than the NFL and the music industry combined. And literally, this industry is what financial people call the way of the future, that all businesses will start to be run this way. That people, gurus like Robert Kiyosaki and Tony Robbins and now our President Trump all support as financial gurus, support as being one of the most amazing ways to create financial abundance in your life. And what it basically is word of mouth marketing. It's taking a product that you fall in love with and sharing it with your friends and family with intention, helping them get an amazing result and showing them how to have a vested interest in this. And then also showing other people how if they want, simply if they want, they can also create financial abundance for themselves. It's the ability to create a residualized income stream. The richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for a job. Guys, I want to be extremely clear with you. There's 3 types of income: linear income, residual income, and one in the middle that I'm leveraged income. Linear income is exchanging time for money. So whether you're a doctor, you're a hairdresser, you're a worker at McDonald's, whether you have getting paid $500, $800, $1,000 an hour, or you're getting paid minimum wage, you're in linear income, which means that if you show up, you get paid. And if you don't show up, you don't get paid. And you have a certain amount of hours a certain amount of weeks that you can get paid for when you're not working. This income puts you in a rat race. You'll never create financial abundance no matter how much you get paid, no matter how big that salary is. When you create financial abundance is when you are in residual income. And that means that you own your financial future. You own your financial assets. I spent the last year and a half creating a network of people that are consuming some of the best products in the world, changing their health. And that has allowed me to create a residual income stream that if I'm not working, if something happens in my life, if I can't work for a month, I still get paid a significant income as if I was working for forever, as long as people are consuming this beautiful product. This is a picture of that I took actually almost a year ago now, of us in Boston, of our beautiful Boston-based Isagenix team. Speaking on stage, teaching about this. It's creating people who want bigger and better things for their future, who want to see the world, that want to be able to do more in the world than just build somebody else's dreams, but want to build their own dreams. Or even if they just want to get their products paid for, or even if they just want to pay for their rent bill, or even if they just want to get their student loan paid for, that can create this type of financial ease and abundance in their life. So, with that being said, I'm going to briefly go over what our company stands for and how incredible it is. We have the most amazing foundation in our company. We have John Anderson, who formulated our products. He's what we call the Mineral Man. He is the largest mineral and botanical garden in the history of the world, sourced from all over. And basically, if you walk into any health and wellness store, he probably had a hand in creating those products, but he was sick and tired of people taking the products he created and making them cheaper so that they can have better margins. And that's why he created Isagenix, for a no compromise product. We have Jim Coover, who has 30 years of experience in building and guiding successful companies. And this is the second company he's brought to over $1 billion in sales. We have Kathy Coover, who is nationally recognized as a field leader. It is so important, guys, that she knows what it's like to be in our shoes. And her theory is, if it's not right for the associate, it's not right for the company. And then we have the future of our company and the creator of the START movement, Eric Coover. And he is just fire. He is amazing. And he's going to lead our company into a complete legacy. We have a proven track record, and these numbers are a little bit old because we've been updated. But guys, this year we did over $900 million in sales. You have to know that in just 14 years to do over $900 million in sales, that there's a real financial opportunity with this because the products work. And that in the next 2 years, they're predicting that we double that. We double that annual income, which means that, guys, it is not time to wait if this is a financial opportunity that you're interested in. If this is a product opportunity that you're interested in, that is completely okay. Try the products, love the products. But if you are interested in a financial opportunity, now is the time to get involved because this company is about to go from big to giant real quick. And we just opened up in Europe, which is really exciting. So, of course, no earnings are 100% going to be they're not going to be like, oh, you get started, you get paid. It is based on how hard you work and what you put into it. Everybody who is making an income in this is a hard worker. You're starting your own business. I want to be really clear from that. This is a business model. Starting your own business. Like I said at the beginning, this is not multi-level marketing, which is a little bit different, and it's definitely not a pyramid scheme. So with that being said, are you ready to redefine your normal? Are you ready to change something, whether it be physically, financially, or both? And if so, I welcome you to the Start Your Life movement. Get back to the person that talked to you tonight, that sent you to this. Talk to them tonight. If you want more information, they'll be able to direct it to you. And thank you for giving me your ear for the last 30 minutes. Have a good night, guys.